guys, this is Bridget with Miracle Canine. I'm here with Teddy, who is one of our newest board and trains, and he comes in for some leash reactivity, and his dad was concerned he had dog aggression. So we just had him out with another pal. He's here for board and train, and they were really good friends for a second, and then that energy kind of intensified and they got into a little spat. So we're going to go ahead and bring them out together again and see at what point may we correct to reduce that kind of stuff from happening again.
Ready for him?
Yeah. I'll give you Archie's remote, just so I'm manning too. I think they're both intact. So we got the guys back together and they're not too interested in each other just yet. So we'll give them a couple minutes just to kind of chill out here. Here we go. And again, we're only stepping in when we need to, so I don't want to overreact and correct them too early, and just kind of watch how it plays out here. It's really important that if dogs do get into a little spat, that we don't end the socialization right there and then, if we can do it safely, because the last memory they have of each other is fighting. So we tend to want to separate them and make sure everybody's safe and healthy, and then get them back together where we can kind of mediate them realizing that fighting doesn't work. These dogs have very similar temperaments and energies. They're kind of puppies. So getting them together when they're super energetic, like sometimes we think that's a great thing, but if we're not watching it closely, it can quickly turn into like a competition, which can turn into some fighting if somebody gets angry with what somebody else did. So again, getting them back together and just observing them and not stepping in unless they are in active fight. There we go. I'm going to try to go into the other side where there's a little bit more room. see if they get excited. Come on. Teddy. Oh my God. He just leapt into the air. What a bunch of idiots. So Teddy's dad brought him here because he was concerned that he had some aggression toward other dogs when he was on the leash in the neighborhood and when he was off leash a couple of times. Situations got a little bit of intense, and he saw Teddy react to that, which we definitely have seen out of him. So again, it's just like setting him up for success, making sure the social is off leash and the dogs can feel like they can move around and get away, and also being able to set strict boundaries like no fighting. We are even going to start correcting for some humping, because earlier Teddy was really humping Archie and Archie did not like it. Archie gave multiple warnings and Teddy had a really hard time reading those cues. So that's when we want to step in and tell Teddy that that behavior is inappropriate in this setting. A lot of the times people kind of mistake aggression when we try to do a lot on leash with other dogs, because they feel physically tethered and trapped to us. So they're more akin to fighting because that's their only defense. So it creates a really tense situation to have dogs greet on leash. So we much prefer something like this, where they can kind of just run and check each other out. So a lot of energy here on both parts. We should see that it looks bouncy and playful, and nobody looks like they're being chased and really not enjoying it. And then we're here to step in if things get a little too intense and we need to calm it down. Oh. So Archie there's a little rude, throwing his body all over the place. Wouldn't be surprised if Teddy gave him a correction here. Got a little intense there. As Teddy was just chasing him, I utilized the crop to give him a little booty smack, because sometimes the e-collar will intensify the dogs in the situation, and we want to be able to give them like a startle effect with the crop to separate that high energy. Yeah, you're being a little bit rude there, Arch. said, I didn't do anything wrong. So obviously we saw Archie being a little bit rude with his body language, getting all over Teddy. So Teddy was giving a correction, but then he got up to kind of chase Archie away, and that's when I stepped in. Again, because Teddy's allowed to set boundaries, but he's just not allowed to go overboard with it. So we have to kind of be able to step in and tell him, like, that's enough. And again, not separating them immediately after an incident like that so they can learn to kind of coexist with one another. And hopefully our corrections will look a little healthier next time. All right, we added a third dog as a kind of like a buffer to get the energy going again. As you can see, it's working beautifully, just as I suspected. And we'll see how everyone does together. Go to the other side. Come on. Change and locate locales. Exhausted. All right, Heart, you're getting booted out. So here we can see that they got back together. There's no hard feelings. They're interested in playing. They're both just absolutely exhausted. So we're going to go ahead and call that for the day and get them back together again pretty soon. So we want to end with good vibes. So we want to end when there's no tension and everybody is just still having a good old time. We saw Archie's there, Teddy's there. Yeah,